Well, it's been a little while since our last episode, not in real life, but in game time. And we've done pretty well since we last saw you. Yes, hello, welcome into Living Sports, here for the Killie boys on Football Manager 21. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more daily Football Manager content. And if you missed the last episode, go and have a look at it. It was a week in a squad overview going into this last season of the Killie boys, just for you to catch up in case you didn't know who half our players were, or if you were new around here, you get to see them. It's quite a good episode just to refresh your memory if you've forgotten anything about the team. In that episode, we had transfer deadline day where, thankfully, we didn't lose any more players. And we also played Motherwell where we drew 0-0, which is a very disappointing result. Since then, however, as you can see from the screen in front of me, it's all been wins, including wins in the Betfred Cup and in the Champions League. We started off with a 2-0 win against Aberdeen, goals for Matteo Demau and Nicholas Collin in that one. We were playing the rotated side in that Aberdeen game because we were playing Liverpool in the Champions League that midweek. And we actually beat Liverpool 2-0. The time we're going to see Liverpool is all the way down here when we play against them at Anfield. But we played against them at home in the first league game, or the first group stage game I should say, of the Champions League. And Fuentes and Boba scored goals and we won 2-0. And to be honest, we deserved the win. We are much, much better than Liverpool. And that's not something I would ever expect us to say. There's a chance we could top this group. We then continued our winning form with a 2-1 win over St Mirren. As always, we seem to struggle against St Mirren. It's been the case throughout our full career here at Kilmarnock. Darren Addison got a goal in the second half after we went down 1-0, and then Boba scored a penalty in the 93rd minute up against the 10 men of St Mirren for us to get a 2-1 win. We then beat Hearts 2-0 in Betfred Cup quarter-final thanks to goals from Boba and Matteo Demau. We then absolutely destroyed Celtic in the league, 5-1. An early penalty from Demau started off things quite well for us. Then Fuentes scored a couple and scored himself a penalty as well to get a hat-trick. Boba scored another one and ended up getting a late consolation. But 5-1, it was a dominant performance against Celtic. We then continued our Champions League campaign with a 2-0 win away to Galatasaray. Fabricio Fuentes and Boba scoring the goals. And then against Hearts, in our last league game, we won 4-2. Pedrita scored a penalty. Fuentes, Boba, and the other Fuentes, Abraham Fuentes, scoring goals for us. Dane Scarlett scored 2 goals for Hearts, which was actually the first time we've conceded more than 1 goal at all this season. We've been fairly solid defensively. But yeah, 2 goals conceded in that one. Today, we have games against Dundee United in the Scottish Premiership, who are currently bottom of the league. And we play Zenit St Petersburg in the Champions League group stage. This is the game against Zenit I'm going to show you. Then show Liverpool in the next episode. And then Galatasaray for the last game in the Champions League group stage. I always like showing you 3 Champions League games, one against each of the teams, and this is a way around. I have decided I'm going to be doing it this time. So you'll probably get to see 2 different teams, really. One will probably be a rotated side playing against Dundee United today, and then one will be full strength up against Zenit on Tuesday night. Let's show you what the leagues and stuff are looking like. So the Scottish Premiership looks like this. We've played 8 games. Rangers have played 9 because they played on the Friday night beating St Mirren. But we've played 8 games, 7 wins, 1 draw, goal difference of plus 17, 22 points. 3 points clear of Celtic at the moment, 4 points clear of Rangers, but I'd say we have a game in hand on Rangers. We're looking quite comfortable at the moment. Hopefully we can keep that up. In the Betfred Cup, we're through to the semi-final. We play against Celtic. Hamilton play against Motherwell in the Lanarkshire Derby in the other semi-final. And we could see if we can maybe get to the final of the Betfred Cup again. Remember, we have won it twice before, back in 26-27 and last year. So hopefully we can do back-to-back Betfred Cup titles. Fingers crossed. And then in Group G of the Champions League, we are currently top of the table. 4 goals scored, none against, win 2-0 victories. Liverpool and Zenit both on 3 points, and Galatasaray on nothing down the bottom there. So let's get into this game against Dundee United today, and then Zenit in midweek. So here is the rotated side we're going to go with in this game against Dundee United. Should still be enough to beat them. I hope anyway. Morris is going to start in goal with Rodriguez and Eisner at centre-back in front of him. On the right-hand side, we're going to have Mengi and Carrasco on the left. Pena starts in midfield alongside Pedroita and João Francisco. Lukic gets back in the starting lineup. He's not made an appearance for us yet since he's arrived back at the club, so he starts today on the right-hand side. Abraham Fuentes on the left and Alfredo up front. If you look at the goals in the team, Fuentes has 1, Pedroita has 2, and no one else has scored any goals because they've not really been playing that much. So hopefully we can get some goals from the rest of the team. Most of the players who will be in the first choice team are sat in the reserves. They're not even on the bench, a lot of them, so they're having the whole weekend off. And hopefully these boys will play well enough to beat Dundee United. First highlight of the game, 25 minutes in. It's played out from the back by Dundee United. Pumped long though, and then they lose it, and Pena's got the ball in midfield. Switches it to Fuentes. He's got Carrasco behind him if he wants to use him, but he goes into the box himself, swings it into Lukic, who heads it, and it was agonisingly close, says the stuff down the bottom there. It didn't look that close, to be honest, and it's still 0-0 here. We have kind of dominated the game, but we're not really having many chances. Dundee United haven't yet got a point in the league this season, so hopefully they don't get one against us today. They do have a chance on the left-hand side. Baxter with it, back to Waters and Bastos, and switch toward Jones, but it's intercepted by Lukic and Alfredo, and Pena's got it now, and can we advance forward? Pedroita finds Ted and Mengi. Pedroita again, Radovan Lukic back for his second spell at the club on that right hand side. Pedroita plays it forward toward Fuentes, he hits it, and he scores a wonderful goal. What a beautiful pass from Pedroita there. Fuentes gets on the end of it, and Killie are up 1-0 here after 40 minutes. Lukic plays it back to Pedroita, who just, oh, what a beautiful ball. Abraham Fuentes in behind, takes it down, and shoots across the goalkeeper into that bomb corner. We're up 1-0. That's fantastic. Dundee United still on 0 points in the league. Disappointing for them. Pena takes this free kick. He swings it into the back post, and Rodriguez heads it, and it's off the post, and it's bounced about. I think Francisco had a chance as well. It came off a defender, and it's cleared away, but Pedroita wins it back, and that was a chance for us to get a second to put this comfortably beyond doubt. But we are up 1-0 at half-time. I'll say, go and put on a worthy display. See how these boys do. Obviously, most of these guys haven't really been playing for us because they've been backups or in the reserves. So we'll see how they perform when they've got their chance here today. The ball is out with Jones, but Pena's intercepted it, and now we're on the breakaway. Pena through to Alfredo. Can he score a goal? He can indeed. Bottom corner. First goal for Alfredo this season, playing up front. 50 minutes on the clock. We're up 2-0, and I would say that's probably the win guaranteed, because Dundee United have not been good this season, and I don't see them coming back from this. Free kick for us. Pena swings it to the back post. Eisner heads and it's cleared off the line. What on earth happened there? It looked like he was doing some type of overhead kick or bicycle kick for Rodriguez. It's eventually sent behind for a corner. Pedroita swings it in, and it's headed by Rodriguez. And Marion in the goal holds on to it. We're getting a lot of chances early in this second half. But we're only scoring one of them. So we're still 2-0 up after an hour. But there is a highlight here. Played out from the back by Dundee United. Baxter with it in midfield. Comes forward with the ball. Tries to find Stewart, but it's intercepted. But Baxter gets the ball back. And Ebiowe here drives in field. Through toward Clark. Can he score? He can indeed. His first goal of the season. Poor goalkeeping really from Morris. Diving towards his feet, but dived over the ball. And it's 2-1. And maybe I spoke too soon when I said I didn't think Dundee United were going to get back into this. See, that's poor from Morris. It really is. It's 2-1. Throw in from Mengi on the right-hand side. Pedroita and Pena now. Back to Mengi. Mengi with the ball. Coming in field. Finds João Francisco and Pedroita. And Pena. And Lukic. And Alfredo and Pena. And João Francisco's lovely one-touch passing going on here. And Pena's got the ball back. Pedroita. Pena. We're going backwards now with the ball. But Alfredo's got it. Through to Lukic. Can he score? He can. His first goal after coming back to the club. Fantastic for Radovan Lukic, playing off that right hand side, and he gets his goal on his first appearance since coming back to the club. It's a lovely finish at that near post, and it's 3-1 Killie. Lots of highlights here. One straight from the kick-off. Marion with it. playing it out from the back, and Eisner wins it. Yao Francisco and Pena, Pedraita, back to Francisco. Tried to switch it toward Lukic, but it was intercepted. And the ball's played forward toward Fuentes, but Yao Francisco collects it. And he plays it back to Carrasco. And can we have another chance here? It's down the line to Fuentes. Will he swing this ball in? He will indeed. Lukic is in the box. Can he score? No. Was it a foul? No. It's been gathered up by Marion. And the long ball played forward towards Stewart. He's past his defender. Carrasco can challenge possibly. Stewart swings the ball in. It's cleared away. And Pena's got it. And there's just going to be a chance. It's just blittered out the field by Yao Francisco. And it's still 3-1. Highlights always seem to start with Dundee United trying to play it from the back. It was launched long though, and Pena tries to switch it toward Fuentes, but it's intercepted, and Carrasco has it now. Playing the ball with Eisner, launched toward Alfredo. Can he score? Oh, it's off the frame of the goal, is it? Yes, but he was offside anyway. And there's 5 minutes left in this game. And it looks like we are going to win it 3-1. There's 5 minutes added time. But it ticks down, and we have indeed won 3-1. Goals for Alfredo, Lukic and Fuentes, the front three scoring just what you want to do. Not bad for a rotated side, getting us a 3-1 victory there. And now we'll get the first choice 11 back on the park for the game against Zenit St. Petersburg. Yeah, so here we are back for the game against Zenit St. Petersburg, and it's a much more kind of recognisable side. You could say Garcia in goal, Perez and Anderson at the back, Sika on the right, Thompson on the left, Vlalic, Stacey and Isaac in midfield, Fuentes on the right, Demao gets the game on the left, and Boba up front. Let's get into it. So the teams are out there, Killie in their blue and white, Zenit playing in just plain white, and a nice win today would get us 9 points out of a possible 9 and almost guarantee our progression through to the next round of the Champions League for the first time ever. Anderson's got the ball here to Perez and Vlalic, and let's see what can happen here. Isaac gets the ball back from Fuentes, and we're passing it about nicely in the midfield. Stacey switches it to Sika as he acres of space, back to Fuentes, who tries to get the ball in the middle, and Isaac's got it, and he hits it, and it's just wide of the goal. And we're dominated the first 15 minutes of this game, but we've not got a goal. Throw in on the left, Thompson throws it to Demao, and Thompson gets the ball back, and he comes forward with it now. To Demao, down the left-hand side. There's men in the middle if he wants to use them. He gets to the byline, he comes in, and he just hits it himself, and it's off the side netting. It's a pretty poor effort, to be honest. Liverpool up 2-0 against Galatasaray here, and just over half an hour played, and it's still 0-0 here at Road Park. Throw in on the right-hand side. Sika with it now. Into Isaac. Gets the ball back. Swings it in. It goes toward the back post, and it's cleared away. But they're sitting so deep, Zenit, that we've got the ball back, and Fuentes with a great chance there. Demao collects the rebound, switches the play, and it's headed away. Every time they head the ball out, Zenit, they don't really have anyone pushing up against our two centre-backs. So often the Anderson or Perez is just getting the ball without any real pressure on them. But they've got the ball deep in our half here, thrown in by Zenit. Albert swings it into Catron and Johansson and Pelistri. There you go, Pelistri. And Zenit have went up 1-0 after I was slagging them off so much. They've managed to get themselves a goal. There's a good save initially from the goalkeeper, but just palmed it straight to Pelistri, and he's managed to tuck it in. And we're naturally down 1-0 against Zenit here. Very disappointing indeed. I'm going to say we're favourites. Go on, give the fans something to cheer about, but no one's playing particularly well for us. Thompson's just a 6.9, and that's the highest rating in the team. But Demao's got the ball on the left-hand side. He has lost it to Fosu Mensah, and Cabral plays it to Catron and Maya, and Cabral and Lovato plays the ball long, but Anderson wins it into Demao. Demao's got the ball now. He hits it from a long way out, and it's over the bar. It's high wide, not at all handsome. And it's thrown in now. 53 minutes on the clock. Stacey gets it back to Thompson. Vlalic swings the ball into the box. It's headed away. Isaac gets on the end of it, and Vlalic finds Isaac and gets the ball back again. And now Perez has got it, and perhaps we can go down this right-hand side here. Perez with the ball into Fuentes. Fuentes cuts in field. Will he hit it? He will. Oh, it's a good save from Semper in the goal. Making a couple of early changes in the second half. Alfredo coming up front for Boba, and Yao Francisco's coming on for Vlalic. We'll move Stacey into the deep line playmaker position, and Yao Francisco can act as the box-to-box midfielder. But the changes haven't been made yet, and there is a chance here. Perez with it on the right-hand side. Gets the ball back from Isaac. Plays it to Stacey. Demal with it on the left-hand side. He's got Thompson overlap if he wants to use him. Demal gets to the byline, swings it in, and Boba scores. And I think what we will do is we will edit the changes we have made, because I don't know if Boba has to come off, to be honest. After scoring that goal, I think we'll keep him on. But we will make the change in the midfield just to freshen up some legs in there. But Boba, it's fine. You can stay on the park after that wonderful goal. Demal advances down that left-hand side and eventually swings the ball in. And Boba gets there, in behind the two centre-backs, down that corridor of uncertainty, and gets the goal in on the hour mark. Throw in from the left. Meyer with it out to Cabral. And Cabral plays the ball back to Jordan, the centre-back. It's up to Wagyu there, and Maher and Jordan with it, and Wag. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm going to go with Wagyu though, and Isaac wins the ball back, and he plays it to Boba, and can Boba get his second? No, he can't. Good save from Semper. 25 minutes to go in this game. We've dominated it in terms of shots, but it's still 1-1. Boba swings in the corner, and Perez hits it well over the bar. We're going to go to a bit more of an attacking mentality for the last 20 minutes of the game. Mateo Demal's got himself an injury. We'll bring on Alfredo for him on that left-hand side. And hopefully Alfredo can cut in and almost act like a second striker there as well. But there's 15 minutes to go, and this could be a disappointing 1-1 draw if it stays like this. 5 minutes added time have been added on. You see, we have 24 shots compared to their 25 shots, but it has not been enough. Total dominance from us in this game is not enough to get us the win. Expected goals 2.84, but we've only managed to get one. Very disappointing indeed, but a 1-1 draw we'll take. It's not a loss, we'll take the point. And in the return fixture we have against Zenit in St. Petersburg, hopefully we can get the win against them. That leaves the Champions League group looking like that. Liverpool managed to win their game 3-0. So we're a point ahead of Liverpool, who in turn are 2 ahead of Zenit, and Galatasaray there with 3 losses from 3 games. It looks like it's going to be us and Liverpool who progress unless Zenit do something funky against us or Liverpool in the next 2 games they play against us. But yeah, the battle between us and Liverpool to see who qualifies in first position could be very interesting indeed. And in the next episode, you will get to see us play up against Liverpool, one of the biggest games in Kilmarnock's history. We're away to Anfield. It could be very exciting indeed. So if you have enjoyed this episode or you're looking forward to the next one, then please do leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next one, when we play against Liverpool, see you then.